Xbox Game Pass never stops, even in the summertime. So let's take a look at all the gorgeous new games coming to the service in the second part of July. Tectonica is a first-person factory automation game set on an alien world, and it's now open for business to all Xbox and PC Game Pass members. This day one release takes players to a beautiful bioluminescent biome that is truly breathtaking, but not at all profitable. Fortunately, you're here to set that right by using a black hole gun to hollow out some space beneath the surface before filling it up with a shiny new factory.
Combining the joys of space exploration with the hard graft of business management, Tectonica is perfect for gamers who want to reach for the stars, but to do so as economically as possible. Are you one of these people who never remembers to take enough pictures while you're on holiday? Well then, Toma, a photo adventure, might just be the game to help you change that. This charming adventure game gives you a stunning hand-drawn world to explore as you take in its lovely line work, listen to some extremely chill tunes, and get to meet a host of intriguing NPCs. And to make sure you don't forget a minute of it, you can switch to a first-person perspective and snap photos to your heart's content, even using your skills to solve puzzles and help out the people you meet.
So if you're feeling photogenic, Toma will be available on Xbox and PC Game Pass today. The news that Sea of Thieves will be setting sail for Monkey Island on July 20th has all of us in the mood for some more of the series' wacky humour. Speaking of which, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell for all the latest scuttlebutt on that one. In the meantime though, Game Pass players can indulge in more nautical nonsense with Return to Monkey Island. And as of today, they can check out another hilarious game from creator Ron Gilbert in The Cave.
This delightfully silly side-scrolling adventure lets the player control a trio of unlikely heroes, each with their own unique abilities as they explore a massive chocolate factory. No, I'm just kidding, they explore a cave obviously. With a story that somehow ropes in dragons, dinosaurs, vengeful time travelers, and bad-tempered monks, The Cave is every bit as ridiculous as you'd expect. If you've ever seen the work of MC Escher, you know, those crazy staircases that all somehow lead into each other, then you'll have some idea of what to expect in the first-person puzzler Maquette. Although your brain is still probably going to feel like it's melting at some point.
And it's nothing to do with the heat, it's because Maquette takes players to a world where every area has a smaller copy of itself shoved inside of it. The things you do in one version of the world affect all the others too. So if you find a giant cube blocking your way, you can dip into a version and move the more manageably sized version of it to clear the way. Really though, you'll just have to play it, which you can do when Maquette comes to Xbox and PC Game Pass on the 19th. If you liked Pixar's Inside Out but felt like it needed more sword fights and musical numbers, I mean every film benefits from that, Figment 2 Creed Valley is the game for you. As you explore the strange and surprisingly rhythmic world of the human mind in this isometric action-adventure game, you'll get to take part in thrilling battles against legions of sinister nightmares. But the boss fights are where this game really shines. There always seems to be a song stuck in this particular head, and every nightmare gets their very own musical number. And if that sounds like the sort of game you could jive with, Figment 2 Creed Valley hits Xbox and PC Game Pass on the 20th of July.
And if you want to stay on top of all the other titles that are stomping their way onto Game Pass this year, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell. All city building projects come with their own unique challenges, but when you're trying to build the whole thing on the back of a humongous creature that loves to get its steps in, you really have to get creative. In the Wandering Village, it's not just the limited space available on this big old boy's back that you'll have to contend with. You'll also find yourself being carried into a new environment, forcing you to adapt to the new conditions. Most importantly, you'll have to decide whether to live in harmony with your giant host or to exploit them and ensure that your settlement thrives.
What sort of world would you want to create? We'll find out when The Wandering Village hits Xbox and PC Game Pass on July 20th. Sam Stone is back, and he's more serious than ever in his latest adventure, Siberian Mayhem. Only the strong survive in this cold, unforgiving place. Well, the strong and those who are packing enough heat to take down a small country anyway. This all-guns-blazing FPS kits you out with everything from Sam's beloved AK to an experimental crossbow that makes for a truly electrifying shooting experience.
So if you're serious about blowing stuff up and want a game that shoots first and asks questions never, Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem blasts onto Xbox and PC Game Pass on July 25th. If you're in need of a good home-cooked meal, then look no further than Venba, which will be served up straight to Xbox and PC Game Pass on July 31st. In this narrative cooking game, players take on the role of an Indian woman who has immigrated to Canada along with her family. It's easy to lose sight of who you are and where you've come from when you travel that far, but fortunately, you found the perfect way to remember: food.
Oh, this game sounds perfect. By cooking up a variety of delicious dishes, you'll get to learn more about each family member and take in a moving story about love, loss, and self-discovery. And you'll also get to listen to some banging Tamil tunes while you do it. Finally, Celeste will have you setting off on a hazardous mountain climbing expedition on August the 1st. At a glance, this 2D platformer seems pretty simple. You use the game's ludicrously tight controls to guide Madeline up the mountain, avoiding all kinds of obstacles as you go. But as you ascend, you'll find yourself drawn into an astonishingly moving story about anxiety and identity, all backed up by an atmospheric soundtrack and a striking art style.
Because Madeline is so enjoyable to control, and because you become so invested in her story, this really is a game where it's all about the journey, not the destination. You'll still want to make it to the top of that mountain though. Any one of these titles is sure to make your summer that little bit brighter. So, which one will you be downloading? Hit the comments to let us know. Bye!